Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about consistency and how to get it. Lots of lower tier players do not have it. I sometimes don't have it. I'm consistently inconsistent. No, I sometimes, recently I've had very good consistency, but before that I was not consistent at all. It was one day I was hitting a lot of shots, and then maybe later in that day I wasn't at all. So first things first, you're going to want to find a good sensitivity and stick with it. No matter what, you want it to be low. Yes, there are some outliers in the pro scene, just like 2 or 3 that have high sensitivities, but that their sensitivity compared to what the majority of newer players' sensitivity is still much lower. So you're gonna want to find a nice low sensitivity. I've had the same sensitivity for about 1,000 hours, so my muscle memory is good. It's not great, but it's pretty damn good. I can hit flicks without thinking about it. My spray control is pretty much locked in at this point because I've had the same sensitivity, and that's all down to muscle memory. So you want to find a low sensitivity and stick with it. That is step 1 in getting consistency. The reason why low sensitivity is better than high sensitivity is just that you have more control over what you're doing, and because you have more control, you're going to be more consistent. Step 2, turn mouse accel off. Brax plays with it. I don't know of any other professional or semi-pro player that plays with it, but I think Guardian plays with it now since his wrist surgery, but you don't really want it unless you're at a super low sensitivity and you can't like flick around properly, or if you don't have a lot of space on your desk. That could be confining, but majority of people, you're not going to want mouse accel on. What that does is the faster I turn, the more turn I get. Basically, like the faster I move my mouse, the more my mouse moves. And so like if I do the same, if I go from one end to my mouse pad to the other, so if I go like that, nice and slow, that's how far it goes. But if I had mouse accel and I did it fast, it would go even further. So just be wary about that. You don't want that. The next thing to help you get consistency is to practice at least like a half hour a day. Again, this is for people that want to improve at the game, want to get to a much higher level. If you're just playing for fun, fuck it. Don't worry about practicing every day. There's no reason to. But if you're actually trying to improve at CS, you're going to want to try it to fit in at least a half hour a day. It's okay if you miss a day every once in a while. Don't be like sweating it. Don't be putting things off in real life to do it. But it is good to at least get some sort of practice every single day. Just so you can maintain and keep on building muscle memory. And the third reason, well, the third thing I was going to talk about, there we go, why you don't have it right now. Why you don't have consistency. Why some days you're super hot and other days you're super cold. It's unless you're changing your sensitivity all the time, it is because you don't have enough time on the game. I don't care if you have 1,000 hours. I have over 2,000. And I am not consistent. I'm recently consistent, which will probably end soon now that I'm jinxing myself. You're just not playing enough, and it's not something that you can. Let's say that you're playing matchmaking or ESEA or Face It or whatever you're playing, and that's the only thing you play. You're not warming up at all. You're not doing any of that, and you do that for like 500 hours. Those 500 hours aren't going to help your consistency as much as they could. So keep that in mind. Consistency is not something that you can just get by playing. You have to practice consistency to get consistency. If you're just, like I said, if you're just playing 5v5s or retakes or whatever, you're not really gonna get consistent. You're not gonna build consistency just because each game is going to be a bit different. People are going to be playing different angles, especially at lower levels. Not one game is the same. At higher levels, their norm becomes more apparent, but at lower levels, there is no norm. So you're not really building any consistency. You're probably getting, on average, 20 kills a game. And if you're spending 50 minutes playing a game, 20 kills, that's really not a lot of like actually like in-game like shooting. So you're gonna want to practice and warm up a lot, maybe cool off after you've played a couple games. Like you're getting a little fatigued and you've played 3 matches, so instead of playing a 4th, maybe you retake for half an hour. That's not building too much consistency because it's a retake server. People are going to play stupid. But it is still better than jumping into another matchmaking or just stopping at all. If you're feeling pretty fatigued, you're like, I can't do another full match. Instead of just getting off, maybe think, well, can I DM? Can I do a retake? Can I do KZ, surf? And like, if you're really tired, of course, get off, go sleep, go do so. If you have something going on, go get off. But if you are trying to improve at the game and you're dedicating time to the game, make sure you practice. It doesn't matter if it's before, middle, or after. Just make sure you get some sort of practice in. So that is how you're gonna build consistency at the game. I should probably watch this video later to figure out how to actually get consistency. If you do want to find a good sensitivity, I have a video on it. I will link that in the description. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to leave a comment. So thank you all for watching. Have a good day, and I'll see you next time.